Imagine a world without chocolate. No velvety bars melting in your mouth, no hot cocoa on cold nights, no sweetness to chase away the blues. Hard to picture, right? But this divine treat, loved by billions, wasn't always the sugary delight we know today. Once upon a time, chocolate was bitter, sacred, and even used as currency. From ancient rituals in Mesoamerica to royal courts of Europe, the story of chocolate is a journey of power, pleasure, and transformation. This isn't just dessert. It's history, politics, and culture wrapped in one perfect bite. The sacred drink of the gods. Our story begins over 3,000 years ago, deep in the rainforests of Central America, where the Olmecs, one of the earliest Mesoamerican civilizations, first cultivated the cacao tree. They didn't eat chocolate as we do. They drank it. A dark, frothy, and bitter potion made from ground cacao beans, water, and spices. Later, the Maya and Aztecs perfected this sacred brew, calling it Xocolatl, meaning bitter water. To them, cacao wasn't candy. It was divine. They believed the cacao tree was a gift from the gods. Only priests, kings, and warriors could drink it, often during rituals or before battle. In Aztec society, cacao beans were so valuable they were used as money. You could buy a turkey for 100 cacao beans, or hire a worker for a few cups of the brew. When chocolate met the Old World. In the early 1500s, Hernán Cortés and his Spanish conquistadors encountered the Aztecs and their emperor, Montezuma II, who reportedly drank Xocolatl 50 times a day. When the Spaniards tasted it, they didn't like it much. It was bitter and strange. But when they brought it back to Spain and added sugar, cinnamon, and milk, everything changed. Chocolate became an instant hit among European elites. In royal courts, it was served hot and sweet, often in gold cups, and whispered about as an aphrodisiac. By the 17th century, drinking chocolate had become the height of fashion in Spain, France, and England. But here's the twist. For centuries, chocolate was still a luxury for the rich. Only the wealthy could afford it, as cacao had to be imported from faraway colonies, often through enslaved labor on plantations in the Caribbean and South America. The Chocolate Revolution. The 1800s changed everything. Enter the Industrial Revolution, when machines began turning human dreams into reality. In 1828, a Dutch chemist named Coenraad van Houten invented a process to press cacao butter from roasted cacao beans, creating a fine powder. This made chocolate smoother, cheaper, and easier to mix. Soon after, Joseph Fry in England created the first solid chocolate bar in 1847. Then came the giants, Cadbury, Nestlé, and Lindt, who turned chocolate into a global obsession. Milk chocolate, invented by Daniel Peter and improved by Henri Nestlé, gave us that creamy, sweet flavor we know today. By the 20th century, chocolate wasn't just for kings. It was for everyone. Bars, bonbons, and cocoa drinks spread across the world, from soldiers in the trenches of World War I to children unwrapping treats on holidays. The dark side of sweetness. But behind every bar of chocolate lies a darker story. The cocoa trade was built on colonial exploitation, slavery, and child labor, practices that still echo in parts of the modern cocoa industry. Today, over 70% of the world's cocoa comes from West Africa, particularly Ghana and Ivory Coast, where millions of farmers struggle with poverty while global corporations profit. Many modern companies are now turning toward fair trade and ethical sourcing, ensuring that chocolate once again becomes something to celebrate, not exploit. Chocolate in the modern age. Fast forward to the 21st century. Chocolate is everywhere. It's art, science, and emotion combined. Chefs experiment with bean-to-bar craftsmanship, turning cacao into luxury experiences. Scientists study the antioxidants in dark chocolate, calling it good for the heart. And brands now compete not just on flavor, but on sustainability, culture, and storytelling. From the sacred rituals of the Maya to Valentine's Day gifts and billion-dollar empires, chocolate has evolved. But one thing remains the same. It still brings people together. Chocolate began as a bitter drink of warriors and gods, became the drink of kings, and is now the comfort of the world. It has seen empires rise and fall, oceans crossed, and hearts melt. Every bite you take carries 3,000 years of human history, of discovery, conquest, innovation, and love. So next time you unwrap that bar or sip that cup, remember, you're tasting more than sweetness. You're tasting a story that began in the jungles of ancient Mesoamerica, a story that still hasn't ended. The history of chocolate isn't just about what we eat. It's about who we are,